Aloha, Centani, and welcome to the Godfather Minute. With me, Alex Robinson.
And with me, Andy Robinson.
And together, we're going to talk about minute 18 of The Godfather Part II.
And this minute of yours, Alex, it's a dangerous minute.
Is it?
It is. Alex, repeat after me.
Yes.
E minuto. Numero. 18.
18?
That's it.
That doesn't sound like
18.
18. It sounds like Klingon.
It's
That
like
doesn't sound
10-8.
Okay.
I think you said the same thing in GF1.
I totally believe
18.
it. I'm consistent in my opinions.
18.
Or 18. They always do on Star Trek. They'll say the word in the foreign language and then give you a little...
And then interpret it.
His Dachma or grandmother will be coming soon. Something like that.
He is... pardon my offspring, he is octaphone or hot-headed.
That's what we should recast the whole Godfather as Star Trek Next Generation characters.
Oh, yeah, I love it. And I do want to eventually...
Sonny would have to be Worf, I guess, because he's all hot-headed.
Yeah. Yeah. We do eventually need to flip the genders, like we were saying.
Oh, yeah.
Pick all women.
We'll get there,
yeah, that'll be a good one. You want to take a stab at the Next Generation? A quick one? It doesn't have to be Next Generation. It could be...
I guess I would say Picard. Well, like, I feel like we've done regular. I feel like we've brought this up before.
Probably, yeah.
But I remember saying, like, Picard as Marlon Brando.
Well, Spock would be Mikey.
Spock is... Wait. Are you doing Next Generation or
you can mix it.
Okay.
Right?
Well, I was going to say, because Picard would be... Vito Corleone.
Uh-huh.
And Fredo would be number one. But then once Captain Picard...
Wait. Are you taking the Godfather characters and putting them in Star Trek?
No,
or the other way around?
I'm saying taking the Star Trek...
Are they on the Enterprise or are they in New York?
That's a good question. I kind of lost track. They're on the
Enterprise. That's pretty funny.
Okay, so you have so Marlon Brando. Okay, let's go that way. Marlon Brando is Captain Picard. Captain Picard.
Yeah, it's Picard.
The whole just let me get to this one dumb joke. Captain Picard is Vito Corleone, and number one is Fredo.
No! Don't Corleone. You're going back the other direction. Don Corleone is Picard, right?
Yes.
Don Corleone, I'm the captain of the ship.
Yeah.
Right?
Make it so.
Okay.
I just want you to engage.
Yeah.
So anyway, the point is that Fredo is number one.
Okay.
And so, but then once, Mikey
is Spock. Right?
No, but then
and he ends up taking control of the ship, and number one gets mad
because he got stepped over. Yeah. But Spock isn't part of that crew, so it doesn't work.
Oh, I was mixing all the stuff.
Yeah, it would have to be like Data,
Oh yeah,
because it doesn't. Anyway, yeah.
Mikey kind of is like Data.
Mikey is like
he's
Data.
Making the most calculated.
He's a cold
decision.
machine.
Yeah,
there's your husband.
He kills his own kind.
Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't he try to kill his own brother?
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, his brother was actually on that one. I guess Lore is more like Data. More Lore is
more like Michael.
Data's evil brother is more like Michael.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Lore was power hungry.
How about we talk about minute 18 of Godfather Part II?
Give us the summary.
So we're in the office. We're in Mikey's office. Senator Geary reveals to Mikey that he's aware of his plans to expand the Corleone Hotel Casino empire, and that the gaming license the family needs will now cost him $250,000 plus 5% of his future profits from all 4 hotels.
Woo!
So now we learn Senator not intimidated.
Yeah.
Does not need a big posse to back him up. He's willing to go in there and play hardball.
Alex, I just came up with the Garbage Pail Kid.
What you got for me?
Senator Fifth Geary. Because he is cruising.
I like it.
And then the wacky package would be him in a race car, just money's flying out the convertible. Wow.
Yeah. So,
damn. That is gutsy. I mean, in today's dollars?
I actually have that information.
What? You adjusted it for inflation?
I adjusted it for inflation. $250,000 in 1957 is the equivalent of $2.3 million. Wow. Almost 10 times the inflation rate.
And then 5% of the gross of all 4 hotels. Did you research that?
Well, no, I don't know what the figures are, but I think the 5% would still stay the same. I don't think the percentages would get adjusted.
No, I mean, did you research
now I
how
want
much
45% of the?
It's like a pyramid scheme. And that senator's son was named Bernie Madoff.
I thought you were saying Bernie Sanders because he wants to take all our money, give it to college students.
Yeah. He only wants to give money to all those college students so they get stupid. No, I thought you were going to do all the research to find out how much gross each of those hotels made and then calculate what 5% would be.
Yeah, unfortunately,
we don't
have that. We don't have that. We don't know the names of the 4 hotels he owns. They don't. So, But so as much as that has gone up, the cost of a gaming license I looked up.
Oh, okay.
And
nowadays
it costs anywhere from $30,000 to $70,000 for a gaming license.
Whoa.
So, but that seems very cheap compared to the fact that it was we're going to learn that it's $25,000 back in 1957.
Well, if you think about it, it makes sense that
dollars and cents.
It makes a lot of dollars and cents that a license is not going to be as expensive as a bribe.
Oh no!
Like if you think about it, like a liquor license, I don't know, at a bar, what is it, like $15,000 for a few years or something? It's actually not that much.
No, I understand that, but Mikey is. I guess we should talk about this next week because he says the regular license costs $25,000.
Yeah.
So it cost $25,000 in 1957.
Yeah. But
now it costs $30,000 to $70,000. So it has not gone up proportionately with inflation.
Yeah.
So if it was going up with inflation, then now the license would be $250,000.
Yeah.
But it was a bad. If you invested in licenses, it was a bad investment.
But you know what? It goes to show that government can keep costs down.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? Bernie Sanders was right.
So, but you were about to say about the hotels that he owns. The one we do learn is that Mikey is going to make a move against the Tropigala.
The Tropigala, I love that. The Tropigala. Now, you and I have both been to Atlantic City, to Las Vegas.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been to Reno. You've been to Reno?
I've not been to Reno.
I've been to Reno, Lake Tahoe. We love to gamble in our family. Mm-hmm. We love it.
Mm-hmm.
And even though we do save it for last, and to me, Tropigala is such it's a clear fake casino name. Yeah, this is like a amalgam of maybe 3 different casinos.
So, because I mean, there's the Tropicana so do you think? Can you come up with one that doesn't sound as? Or do you want it to
more convincing?
Do you want it to sound like it's kind of like?
I mean, I thought it is a good choice. I think it's a good choice. I think most people, it sounds like it could be a real casino that's in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
just sounds so funny. The Tropigala.
It's especially funny because there's so many dead casinos now that aren't around anymore that they couldn't have used like the Start. Like I guess Stardust isn't around anymore, right?
No.
So if they could have used one of the numerous, the Sands or whatever. But
wow, I wonder if if that movie were being made now, I wonder how much money they could get for using the name of a real casino. To product placement.
To allege that it has mob ties. That's what they would really.
Well, there's your libel label. Right?
Originally, there was a deleted scene That was
this is a dangerous word. Wrong.
that was filmed in the Tropicana Hotel in Las Vegas.
Oh, really?
And at one point, they were going to call it the Tropicana Hotel, but then they said, maybe it'll be for legal reasons. We probably shouldn't call it the Tropicana Hotel. Wow. So in the deleted scene, which I watched on the YouTube, we also get a look at the elusive Klingman, whom we hear about.
Yes.
So in that scene, Al Neary goes to the casino and says, like, basically, "Oh, you're Klingman?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, well, I'm from the, I'm here to take over." And the guy's like, "What are you talking about?" And then basically Al Neary winds up, like, beating the guy up. Wow. And like, he's like, saying, I'm taking it, like, he's now running the casino. That's part of his capo regime, is that he gets to run the casino.
Oh, and when does that take place?
I don't know when I assume after this, because it must happen after. It must happen even after he gets, when he's like, "Oh, you got the license. It all went through easily." Then I think it probably happens after that.
Yeah.
So.
Funny. I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah.
Maybe I think I've seen that before.
It was included in one of the super edit Godfather saga or the Godfather families or whatever. So it might be you might have seen it in one of those things.
Yeah.
It's just so funny because I think it's probably the most dialogue Al has. In that one deleted scene, he has more dialogue than he has the entire other 6 hours of film.
Yeah, he got stepped over.
But on the one hand, but he's also like, boy, what a lucky.
Yeah,
I mean, think about how many actors are completely forgotten about.
Yeah,
but at least now we are talking about him. So good job, actor who played Al Neary.
Yeah, unknown actor who played Al Neary. So you're going to have to walk me through. Should we tell the listeners a little bit about this dialogue? Because it's...
Sure.
Maybe even read the dialogue?
Sure.
I don't have it on hand. Do you happen to recall it?
Sure.
Or can we paraphrase?
Yeah, we can paraphrase it.
Okay. So Senator Geary is speaking very frankly to Michael.
Yes.
And he says, I want $250,000 for the license.
Yeah.
And I want 5% of the gross income for all 4 hotels.
Yeah.
And Michael says, well, but the cost... Oh, no, that's next minute where he talks about the cost of it. Then there's some dialogue about Klingman and Turnbull. And I'm not following it. I don't know who these people are. I don't know why they're involved in this business. I don't know why Connie...
how they make their money.
I don't know how they make their money.
I have answers for you.
Okay, great. Please walk us through it.
Klingman...
Who is the real Klingman?
Is the real
Klingman?
Klingman is the current owner of the Tropigala.
The owner of the Tropigala. Okay.
And so...
but does he run it too?
Yeah.
He owns it and runs it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so it's just another competing casino that the Corleones want to make a move into.
Yes.
Okay.
And so... So the idea is that the Corleones are going to buy or become a partner in this hotel or whatever.
And that's what Senator Geary says. He says, my sources tell me that you're going to make a move into the Tropigala as early as next week.
Yeah. So also while we're on that part, I like the look that you see, kind of like Mikey kind of looks over at Tom and Hagen.
What was that about?
I'm guessing it's more I don't think there's anything treacherous. I think they're both probably just like
wondering how he found that out.
How he got that information.
Like who's the leak?
Yeah. And also I guess how do you think he got it? I don't think Fredo probably knows about it. Do you think he does?
My original interpretation of that look, because Michael looks at Tom.
Yeah.
And then Tom doesn't really respond, but I think I saw that as consternation toward Tom. Like how
he should know this?
It's like he should not know this. You did something wrong.
Yeah.
Although I don't know why I believe that.
Well, he could have his suspicions.
And maybe that's why later he says, Tom, you're out. Because he realizes that he's not meant
why
for
is
these,
he out?
He's not meant for these big deals. Okay, so Klingman owns the Tropigala.
Yes.
So Mikey says when Geary says this, Mikey says Klingman is a good man.
He says Turnbull is a good man.
Turnbull is a good man.
Yeah.
So who is Turnbull?
That I was a bit confused by that too. Turnbull is the liaison between the senator and Mikey.
Yeah.
The buffer.
Yeah, I just didn't understand why did Mikey say that? And what did he mean? What was he trying to do? Was he trying to deflect this bribe situation? Because the name of the casino license is still in Klingman's name, and that's what Senator Geary uses against him. He's like, this is one technical problem.
Because if you force Klingman out, he's the person with the license.
Yeah. So. And then Mikey says,
Turnbull's a good man. It is weird.
What is? I don't get it. It's like a non sequitur. Is that what they call that?
Yeah.
And then he says, "Well, let's cut right to business. I don't want to spend any more time here than I have to."
The only thing I can think of is that is he crediting Turnbull with providing the senator with information? But it doesn't sound...
he's kind of saying, "Oh, hey, kudos to." No,
it doesn't have that tone.
No, maybe he's saying Turnbull is a good man. In other words, Turnbull is helping us broker this deal, and so Turnbull will help us fix this problem. Will help us overcome the name being in the license being in Klingman's name. Like, Turnbull's a good man. He wouldn't leave us with this problem.
Yeah,
he'll figure that out.
I could see that.
Yeah,
it doesn't bother me that I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me either.
I assume it's just some unrelated business thing that they obviously understand it, but that it's not important to us.
But isn't that funny in a movie this iconic? People hang on every word that's said. Yeah. This is just some kind of.
I wish we had the book. I wish there was a book we could go to, and they'd be like, "Oh, there's much more information about Turnbull in the book." Yeah, that is kind of interesting. That he that's a little bit of a dangling thing is a little clear. Maybe someone can educate us. Maybe someone can go to Fredo Corleone's Mickey Mouse nightclub and if there's just something obvious we're overlooking, but
I'll dig a little deeper.
Or if there was a deleted scene. When I looked up Turnbull on the Godfather wiki, and it just says a guy who worked with Geary and helped broker the deal. It doesn't say anything. Yeah. There's nothing. It didn't hint at some story that we didn't know anything about or anything. So.
That's funny because when I looked up Turnbull online, it brought me to a whole different type of browser.
Oh,
and that's how that's how I'm supposed to communicate with the senator.
Oh, okay.
I always should communicate with him through Turnbull.
Oh,
right.
Oh, so you think that's what he means? Oh, maybe he says Turnbull is good, man. Maybe he's just kind of talking about how good good Turnbull is.
Man, he's good, man.
So in reaction to that, the senator doesn't want to hear it.
Yeah,
he says, well. I don't want to spend any more time here than I have to.
Mr. Corley.
Yeah,
Mr. Corley
ends right Mr. Corley.
Yeah,
but so I like Al Pacino's sort of subdued reaction to this blatant disrespect. I mean, here in GF1, again, ring theory, contrasting it with GF1, you had senators and judges sending cards and gifts and stuff like that. Clearly didn't want to be there in person. So in a way, it's, but I guess it's more disrespectful to come and say, I don't want to be here than it is to to come and send a gift instead. Because then at least the person understands, well, I can understand why the politician wouldn't want to be here.
Yeah.
But they're not going to tell me I'm not going to come because you're a crook. Yeah. They're just going to say, oh, I'm too busy or whatever that. So,
well, I think Senator Geary, the only reason he showed up, because he could have done all this through correspondence or through Turnbull. I think he's there to hear the Sierra Boys Choir. Mr. Wonderful.
He's a super fan. He's like, I'm doing Carson City. The boys are playing there tomorrow night. He's like following them around like a.
We're super fans. I'm actually their manager. They're going to be the best choir this country's ever seen.
He's a Sierra head. He follows them around.
And if you want to book them, you book them through Turnbull. He's the agent. Turnbull's the agent, and Geary's the manager, the road manager.
I was wondering why later on in the scene where he's testifying before Senate, remember he's like, I have to leave for another engagement. I'm going to see the boys choir. Like, oh, him with this choir.
Like, we have it right
brings
here.
Brings it up every time.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Sure, we all believe this. Mr. Wonderful's testimony or statement. They refer to him as Mr. Wonderful.
We had tickets for Friday night.
I also have stock in the Lake Tahoe choir singers and in the Carson City Singer Club.
I have the 4 notes, so you have to name all the different groups. You know, the acapella boys, and
4 Jacks and a Jill.
Oh, so also Hyman Roth is somehow tied in also with the. I think Klingman is like somehow connected with Hyman Roth too. Like this is a deal that has something like that.
Yeah.
I went down a whole rabbit hole about the Lakeview Road Boys and stuff like that. That's the Cleveland operation is the Lakeville Road Boys.
Oh, that's great. That's great. What else we got? I think this is a gutsy move on Senator Geary's part.
It's the nerves of a riverboat gambler.
Tons of exposure. You don't want to expose. You want limited exposure when you're a politician.
Okay, what do you mean? Because you're seeing face to face.
He's present at. People know what Michael Corleone does. All the people who are in attendance there know his background, right?
That's blatant libel. That's a libel label.
It's a libel label. For those of you that are not Patreons, libel labels are our updated versions of wacky packs.
Wacky packages.
Yeah. Isn't that what I said?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Wacky packies. Libel labels. Yeah.
Well, yeah, there you go.
But I think it's such a gutsy move. And to just straight up say, I want $250,000, I want this percentage. Does he expect him to pay all that, or is that his starting negotiation?
I was wondering about that because clearly he has contempt for Mikey. He's not treating him with any respect. So what has he done? Has he dealt with I assume he was dealing with Mo Green and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Those guys before.
He's probably getting a percentage from all the other casinos, right?
But what's the difference? Like, why does he single out Mikey as? I guess because Mo Green wasn't Italian. Is that like?
Oh, you mean so you don't think Senator Geary is also getting a little bite out of the other casino owners?
I'm sure he is, but why is he? But why is he playing such hardball with Mikey when I assume he's not doing it with the other people? Because you play hardball with the mob with enough mobsters, and one of them's eventually going to be like.
That's why it's so gutsy.
Yeah,
I mean, he'd know. I'm sure he checked out Mikey's background.
Do you think it's kind of like the? Is it kind of like the like killing a New York City police captain? Like no one's ever like killing a senator would rain so much down. So like he kind of knows he's literally bulletproof because he knows they can't really. That's why the only thing they can do is harm his reputation. They can't harm him physically because he's a senator. So
yeah, probably. And it probably financially makes sense for Mikey to pay all that money.
So do you think like
in the long run,
everyone else, like Mo Green and everyone else,
I think they do. I think everyone gets their bite.
If the senator is involved somehow, then he does that.
Although I bet Senator Geary is charging Mikey more because he doesn't like his family. He doesn't like his kind, as he says.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Dirty business. Yeah. This sounds going to sound very naive, but does that stuff happen? I know bribes happen, but in order to get a gaming license, in Nevada, do you have to Is it all by the book, or are you greasing palms? Are you paying senators?
I feel like there must be some degree of palm greasery going on, but I feel like it's less than it used to be because I feel like now they're all owned by giant corporations.
Yeah, it's not like
a guy owns a casino anymore.
That's true. Yeah, it's like Klingman.
Yeah, that's what's so funny when I was looking up how much it cost to buy a gaming license. And like. There was information, one of them was like the nevada.gov or whatever. And so like, it's just weird to think like someone's like, oh, maybe I'll apply for a game. Although and it did put the idea in my head, apparently an offshore gaming license, there's like some island in the Caribbean where you can just buy, an online gaming license.
Really?
So what do you think? Should we start one? And what should
How does it work? So you don't need to be there?
I don't know.
You just
no. I'm guessing they must have servers there or something that's used to like host them there.
Oh, got it. And people just have to be able to log on.
Yeah, I guess. However, I don't know how online gambling. I don't know how any of that stuff works in terms of.
Well, it's loosening up in the U.S. Right. Oregon has its own Oregon lottery gambling. I bet on baseball games and stuff.
Right, but are they based? Are they
They're
legally
in Oregon.
based? Oh, they are legally
based.
based.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. The Supreme Court ruled. So for a long time, Atlantic City, I think, and Vegas had, New Jersey and Nevada had some exceptions, and all these other states were saying this is a violation of whatever 12th Amendment, the Equal Protection Clause. Mm-hmm. Like you can't let those two states do it and prevent us from doing it. So the Supreme Court ruled on that a few years ago. That's why all states are starting to do their own sports books.
But wasn't there anyway?
Yeah. So your question was, what would we name our casino?
Yeah, like
Klingman's Cash.
Kling with 2 Ks or 2 Cs or one of each.
2 Ks.
2 Ks.
Yeah, Klingman's Cash.
How about
and we put his name on the casino license.
He's a good man.
He's a good man. Well, yeah. Wait a minute. What would you name your casino?
I think I would try to go for something. I think I would try to like think outside the box and not name it something. It's also, I don't know what the rules are with naming.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like a lot of casinos are named in relation to like where they are. Like the sands or the dunes or a boat or something.
Aren't they moving away from that though? And they're like the aria.
Yeah, now they're just kind of generic. That's what I mean. I would call it something like Crazy Casino or something that would like
stands out, right?
Yeah, like the Wacky Fun Times Casino or
a corner of 5th and Main.
Yeah.
So you're always locked in that real estate.
Or like Grandpa's Casino.
I love it. Like free beer.
Free beer. What would you give away free beer, or would you say,
no, never give them free beer. Just give them a living. What about loose slots?
Yeah, real funny. Turnbull's not such a good man. Well, thanks for listening to the first half of the show. But if you want to hear the second half, you're going to have to pay up. And then your enemies will be my enemies. Go to godfatherminute.com/support. That's what my web developer or whatever that Pezzo Novanti tells me it is. And for just $1 a show, you can get all the material you can listen to. Mm-hmm. Ain't that right, Bonacera?
Oh, you totally threw me off with Bonacera.
Ain't that right, Bonacera?
Don't contact me again.